Good evening, ladies and gents. So I am back with a Conquerors Blade video, and this time around I'm going to be looking at and exploring in depth Season 7 and everything which is coming on Thursday with the release of Season 7 Wolves of Ragnarok into Conquerors Blade. Now take this with a pinch of salt. This is not the final build. This is just a preview server build, and most of the stuff should be in game. Most of the stuff, there shouldn't be a lot of changes. There may be some localization changes or a couple of little like bug fixes or anything like that. Just take it though that there may be a few changes between now and Thursday, because we were specifically told to make it clear this is not the final build. But most of the stuff like the battle pass, the units and everything should be staying pretty much the same. There may, like I said, just be a couple of localization issues. So start off with the battle pass, and as you can see with the screen, it is a totally new screen for the Season 7 seasonal page. They've tidied it up, they've made it look nice, prim and proper, and I'm very much enjoying it. So already, hats off to Conquerors Blade developers. The screen is looking damn tidy. So I'm going to just quickly fly through all of this, because there is quite a lot to actually explain, to show you and to go over, and most of the stuff you will find yourself on Thursday. But I want to really cover the units, I really want to cover the runes, and I want to cover the new map as well, which there will be a bit of gameplay footage for you in just a bit. So the battle pass is the standard battle pass, nothing really too different here, other than they actually now highlight the next like big reward. So when you're going through, it's easy to see when that next big reward is coming up. Another new feature which they've done as well is when you're going through and you've got, say, some attire, you can actually click it and then it will give you this little preview button here. This will show you a good kind of like video cutscene of that armor, all the detail of that armor and how it looks both on female and male characters, which is a really nice kind of touch, just to kind of freshen up the battle pass a little bit, give it a little bit of extra life, and give it a little bit more like, so you can see what you're getting as you're going through the battle pass. The same purchase glory kind of step is still in here, so if you want to use sovereigns to actually go up a rank, 2 ranks, 10 ranks, you can actually do that and choose whatever rank you want to end up as. Obviously that's going to cost you sovereigns, just bear that in mind, but nothing too wildly different here. You get rewards at level 25, level 50, level 72 for the horse, and then level 100 for the armor. Obviously, if you have bought the battle pass, if you pre-ordered the battle pass, you'll be getting a reward every battle pass level. If you are just playing the free version of the battle pass, you'll get a award every 2 levels of the battle pass, but those are still very good rewards. Once you get to level 72 as well, I just want to mention, you get a free Wolves of Ragnarok weapon box. Now this gives you the opportunity and the chance to choose one of the seasonal weapon attires. Obviously they have tried to base it in kind of like a Norse mythology, Viking stuff, try to make it and give it that kind of feel, that kind of flavour, and some of these are very well detailed indeed. So I think whatever you do pick up, you're not going to be too sad about. Staying on this page, I want to show you that the antique weapons are back, and these are just going to be for blades. So in this season we are having one currency, that is it. Our only currency now is blades, whereas the last season I think we had 3 different currencies or 2 different currencies. It's all got a little bit confusing, got a little bit messy. They've just literally got one currency now. As well, these blades will transfer over season to season, so if you don't end up getting anything this season, if you want to save it for the next season, you really want some reskins from, I assume, season 4, they're going to be coming in season 8. So like I said, you can keep those blades, they will transfer over. But there's a lot of good rewards in this. There's antique weapons, which I believe are the season 3 weapons, just reskinned. Some of them are very cool. The Maul especially I really do like, because this was actually the season the Maul was introduced. But these are all the antique weapons that you can get, and the antique armors as well. So some of these are very cool, very detailed, very well done. And if you don't actually like any of those armor sets or the weapon sets, obviously you've got all the usual rewards at the end of this as well. There may be some additional ones in the final build on Thursday. At the minute, this is what it's looking like. I don't expect it's going to change too much, if at all, on the Battle Pass seasonal store screen. Campaigns, I just want to go into quickly just to show you that actually we are only going to be playing in 4 areas this season. So we've got Ostaria, we've got I always forget it, Java, I think it is, and we got Anadolu, and we got the Borderlands. As you progress through the campaign, as we progress through the season, new battles will open up, new regions will open up, including the Borderlands, which will open up beginning of April. And the main capital of this season is actually going to be Toro Varos, so that is going to be like the one that everybody is after. So Conqueror City, I believe, is going to be open. The other capitals are going to be open, but the main capital that everyone's going to be vying for this time around is going to be Toro Varos in Ungjaverva. I can never say that name right. Challenge screen, we've got 12 weeks of challenges this time around instead of 10. Exactly the same though, kind of the same layout, same knock-up as before, just 2 extra weeks this time around of challenges. Now the unit challenges, I know this is where a lot of you guys are looking at, or what you want to know the most about. So the Sons of Ephemera. Sons of Ephemera, you have 4 different tabs. Once you get up to the second tab, that's where you actually unlock them properly. You will have, I think it's like 10 or 12 challenges per page, and you've only got to unlock a certain amount. So for the Sons of Ephemera, you've got to unlock 6 per page, and that will boost you onto the next page whilst giving you this reward here. Now the Sons of Ephemera are, I haven't played with them yet, but they are looking pretty cool from what I've seen of them so far. Now, there's a kind of new thing in with these guys, so and this is not like this, it hasn't applied to any other unit so far in the game, and this is the undisciplined unit trait. You cannot put these guys into a formation, which I think is going to it's going to really change up how you approach battles, because if these guys are literally walking about everywhere and anywhere, it's going to be difficult to try and flank these guys. It's going to be difficult to try and hit them in the back if they're not already engaged with someone. So that's going to make it a little bit more dynamic in the way that they fight, which is going to be pretty cool to see. So these guys do wear minimal weapons and minimal armor. They can run pretty quickly. They're very agile. They have a low amount of health, however. This is the tier 3 unit of the game. Because these are the seasonal units as well, they will have a reduced leadership cost during the season. So just looking through the skills of them quickly, you have Wolf Sleep, which will allow the unit to sprint to a designated direction and then leap over the enemy to actually fight them. You have Beast, which is a temporary buff to the damage it deals, and then you have Predator as well, so this will allow them to move at high speed and actually have a higher resistance against ranged attacks. Just going through the unit tree, I've kind of been trying to figure out which one's going to be the best one, but without actually playing these guys, I'm not 100% sure which line's going to be best for these yet, top line or bottom line. So bottom line improves the Wolf's Leap and everything, top line improves your slashing damage and movement speed, and it stacks up to 3 times as well, so you're actually going to be gaining 15% extra damage, which that's absolute madness, absolute madness. If you've got a whole team of these fighting people and they've got a 15% extra damage boost, then increase it again with the glaive skill, like you're looking at some serious damage there. It is going to be mad damage. So moving on to the next one. Now these are probably my favourite so far, so I have played around with these guys. I'm going to be showing you some footage of them right now. These guys are beastly, honestly, absolutely beastly. All the content creators and stuff that have played a little bit more than me on the PTR have all said that these guys absolutely decimate anything that is put in front of them, which is very good to hear, because actually they apparently absolutely tear through stalwarts, they tear through paladins, they tear through even the shield maidens as well if you position them properly. Now looking at these guys, You got 3 tabs to do to actually get them unlocked properly, and then the 2 tabs after will give you the doctrine and then the avatar, which I will go on to in just a second to show you properly. Tributes. So these guys have a lot of health for like a melee unit. However, there are only 8 of them. As they're actually in battle though, they do build up a rage, they build up a frenzy, which increases their skills and increases their attributes. Plus as well, you can actually use the frenzy skill, which once that frenzy is built up, this makes it this makes the unit very, very strong very, very quickly. Looking at the veterancy bonuses as well, I saw this on the stream, so if you were there on the stream you would have seen me actually like pointing this out. This top line looks absolutely insane. So when you use Frenzy, as soon as Frenzy finishes the unit, so every member of the unit will regain 2,000 health. Honestly, I had like my 8 guys fighting multiple units, and they were healing whilst absolutely destroying units. So I think the top line is definitely going to be the line to go for this one. But it's going to be good to see actually the kind of builds that people come up with for these. So these guys are going to be, I think, probably the main unit of this season. I think it's going to be very much the Berserker season. These guys are very, very cool. One thing I want to mention as well, which I should have mentioned just now, these units actually have different character models as well. So these, though you got 8 guys, you've got 18 guys in the Sons of Ephemera, and I think you've got about 18 in the Shield Maidens as well. Or 28 in the Shield Maidens, sorry. They are different character models, so it's not exactly the same character model. So even just simple things like the hair is different. You will notice this in the game, which is a nice quality of life change, and I'm sure that the developers will be doing this to all other units as well, to kind of change up, freshen up that feel of the units, to actually make it more realistic, make it actually feel like these are different people in those units, which is going to be quite nice to actually see. So moving on to the Shield Maidens, then this is the T5 unit of Season 7. We've got 4 tabs to actually unlock these gals properly, and then we've got a couple other tabs. One gives you 200 experience tokens, which is insane because that will probably level them up easily, like 10, 12 levels if not more. And then you've got the avatar right at the end. Just going through their skills and everything. Now these gals do bring spears for main melee, sustained melee. Their spear is it's been said that it's very anti-cav, although I have been told otherwise. Haven't actually tested this myself yet, but I do want to really test that at some point. It's probably may not actually be until they release in the game fully, but I've been told that the anti-cav ability of the Shield Maidens isn't as good as it's been made out to be. Now whether that will be buffed in our version of the game, we're not sure yet. We will have to wait and see. But already just looking at this screen here, I think their health is very, very low for a tier 5 unit that's meant to be melee sustainable. That is a very low amount of health for a frontline fighter, so it's going to be interesting to see actually if that's going to get buffed, if that's going to stay the same, because that's like about the same as the Sons of Ephemera, and they ain't going to last long in sustained melee with that lower amount of health. Again, looking down through the veterancy lines, I couldn't actually tell which one's going to be better. Probably the sword line, because that is going to be, I think, the weapon these guys are going to be using the most. I think you will likely set them up with a spear to take on any cav, and then they'll actually switch over to sword like the Reapers and just use sword the majority of the time. I believe, and I can foresee, that is what's going to happen. So I expect that the bottom line, the sword line, is going to be the preferred line there. So those are the 3 new units coming in, exactly the same way of unlocking them, the unit challenges. Though the first one opens on Thursday, I believe. Second one will open a couple of weeks later. The other one will open a couple of weeks after that. So it gives you time to actually unlock, play, learn, level these units to the best of their abilities as well. Going to be interesting to see a few different builds of these as well, and actually what they are capable of. While I'm on the screen as well, I just want to point out that Season 3 units has been reduced in difficulty, so if you are still you're still needing Season 3 units, now is the time to do it, now is the time to get on it, and now is the time to unlock this stuff, because the challenges to unlock them have been made easier for Season 7. That will only last, however, for Season 7, so make sure that you are doing the Season 3 units as well if you still need to do them, because once we go into Season 8, those challenges will not be as easy to do. So I've showed you the challenges, the unit challenges, the campaigns, seasonal store, and I've shown you the battle pass. So the last and final page on here that I want to show you, which is probably the main thing I've been most looking forward to, and I know a lot of other people have been as well, the seasonal runes page. So as you can see here, you have 12 different trials. Each trial will unlock 5 different runes for you. Each piece of, so your helmet, your weapon, and your armor has 3 slots in it each. Each piece of armor, whether it be green, blue, purple, or yellow, will have 6 rune power. So you can slot in up to 3 runes equal to 6 rune power. Now you have common, you have uncommon, you have epic, and you have legendary runes. And the best page to probably show you is this all runes page, which I have to say, as soon as I found this, I don't think anyone else has really spotted this yet, but as soon as I found this shows you every single rune that you can get hold of. This is a very useful page. It's in fact, it's probably an awesome page to really think about what you're going to be putting on to each of your bits of equipment which can hold a rune. So you have common runes. Common runes will apply to both your all 3 weapon, helmet, and armor. Then you have weapon specific runes, you have helm specific runes, you have armor specific runes. Now the helmet and armor specific runes, you want to look at these as actually how you play your class, what's going to benefit you the most, and actually try and find these runes which are going to give you the best buff to really sustain your battle, your fight as such. These are what all the helmet and armor runes are for. Remember, we can apply common runes as well. The common runes will only very basically increase your damages, your health, things like that. Think about low level doctrines, so think of this system as a doctrine system for your hero specifically. So the common runes are like the low level doctrines that will give you a little bit of a buff but not overly noticeable. It's all about these legendaries and epic ones, but because you can only hold up to 6 rune power and the epics take 3, the legendaries take 4, you need to plan out very carefully what ones you're going to use and what ones you think are going to be beneficial to you. Going on to the weapon ones. So the weapon ones are very slightly different because the weapon ones are actually specific to your weapon class. So when we're looking through, some of them are absolutely insane, some of them are not so great. For example, the Dual Blades one, where it increases your damage by 3%, stacking up to 5 times, so you get an increase of 15% damage if you manage to score 5 kills in a battle. That is mad damage. A permanent 15% bonus for that match. That is absolutely nuts. Obviously coupled then together with whatever runes you have on that weapon as well. However, looking at the glaive one, I was very disappointed. The legendary glaive is not great. It's if your health falls below 50%, damage taken falls by 10%. Not overly great, does not fit my playstyle. I can already tell you, if that is how it's going to be in the final build, I will not be using that one. I was also fairly let down by the other glaive ones as well, with the Hail of Blades ultimate now cannot be interrupted while casting. One of the guys on the content creators preview event, I can't remember who it was, I'm really sorry, they even said no one uses that ultimate. Whether this is a kind of way to try and get people to use that ultimate or not, I don't know, but that is it's another rune I personally will not be using. Heat of Battle, however, reduces damage taken by 20%. That's a very good one. I likely will be using that one in my build. But go onto that All Runes page, have a proper look through all these, and obviously see what class you play and see what's going to work best for you, because some of them are insane, some of them are okay, some of them are very poor. But that's just unfortunately the way with everything, to be honest. Some things will work, some things won't. It is going to be a very good system, it's going to be a very useful system, and I think the game is in desperate need of a system like this, where actually you can customize up your character, you can build your character a little bit better to the stats, to the kind of way that you want to build that character, and make it truly your own. So, like I said, some of these runes are very, very good, so do not overlook these on Thursday when you get into game after the patch drops. The world map has kind of been tidied up a little bit again. It kind of gives you a little bit more information now when you're actually looking at things, so you don't need to go constantly having to click stuff to find out who's who and who owns what. It actually tells you now, which is quite a nice feature. Going into the skills page, obviously this is the level 1 hero armor, level 100 hero armor, and I believe the only thing I have left to show you now is the avatar. So the avatar is another new system which comes to the game, kind of customized up, so you can change it to how you want to kind of show off a little bit, and when you're in battle, your avatar will actually come up when you kill or be killed as well, so it gives it a little bit more than just a name. So when you're going through, you can see all these different avatars here. It will give you exactly what you need to do to actually unlock all of these as you're playing through. Some of them are a little bit easier than some others. Frames as well, again, frames are unlocked by doing certain things, but just go through it, click it, find out what you need to do it, and then obviously just aim to do it if you want to unlock it. It's not a huge system, it's not a system that's going to like change the game really in any way, shape or form, but it just kind of tidies up the game a little bit, gives it a little bit more polish and feel to the game, this kind of avatar system. So last but not least is the new map, which I'm just going to be showing you gameplay footage of now. So I only played one side of this map while everybody was on. However, it feels like a very nice, good siege map, and gives attackers multiple avenues of attack, gives defenders multiple like bottlenecks, choke points to use to actually defend as well. Feels like a very well balanced, a very well designed map. So I'm looking forward to actually playing more of Helling Fjord when it comes into the game on Thursday. It will be in its own separate matchmaking for the time being, so you can actually just queue up to play this if you want to. So I'm going to leave that video here. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Let me know your thoughts down below on Season 7 and what you're most looking forward to from the season. I personally am still very much looking forward to the rune system coming in. I am also very much looking forward to having a proper play with the Berserker unit, so I'm very much looking forward to playing with that. But like I said, gonna leave this video here. Please do take away though that this has all been recorded from the PTR, so the test realm server, so there may be a few things which will change when the final version does come out on Thursday. However, most stuff should be pretty much there at this point of the kind of design of the new season, so hopefully not a lot of stuff will change. Thank you very much for watching though, folks. Hope you enjoyed this one. As always, hit that like button, hit that sub button if you're always looking out for the latest and greatest Conquerors Blade content, including guides, news, articles and gameplay. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.